So, good morning and happy Monday, everybody. Hope you all have a wonderful day at work, school, college, university, whatever it is you're doing today. I hope you have a wonderful time. Now, we've got quite a few players to speak about. Let's start off with Nkunku, the PSG midfielder. We've been linked to him back in January. We've also been linked to him this summer, a few times actually. Now, he was all but done and dusted to RB Leipzig, but he's held off. He said, no, I don't want to sign anything yet. I want to see if Arsenal actually come in and put a formal bid in. He's got wind that Arsenal are going to do that. He's got wind that Arsenal are very much interested in him. But at the moment, like I said, he was on the verge of signing for RB Leipzig, and he's basically just said, no, I want to see what happens in the next week or so. I want to see if Arsenal come in for me and actually lodge a formal bid. Apparently, we've had talks with his agent. We've told him that we are interested and we do want to sign him, which is why he's sort of called his interest in signing for Leipzig. But this story's sort of come a little bit out of the blue because I thought it was dead and buried, this story. I thought it was done. I thought he was going to Leipzig, and that was the end of that. And listen, before January, I didn't even know who this guy was. I don't watch French football, French league football. I don't watch PSG unless it's a Champions League game, and I genuinely cannot remember ever seeing this guy play a football match. So, you know, I'm not going to sit here and proclaim that I know him inside out and he's this and he's that, because personally, I've never seen the guy play. And I can't really form a great opinion on somebody when I've not watched them play. Yes, I've watched highlight reels on YouTube and floating around other social media platforms, but they make any player look good. YouTube made Yaya Sanogo look decent, do you know what I mean? So, you know, does this guy come in, fit into our team and make us better? That is the question that needs answering. Are we actually going to go and bid for him? Or is it just him getting cold feet because he's currently at PSG and he's thinking Arsenal are bigger than Leipzig? Are Arsenal going to come in for me? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I don't know the answers to them questions. All I do know is that we've got 3 more days before we fly out to the US. And in them 3 days, we need to get some signings done. It's all well and good being linked to all these players all summer. How about let's have some action now? It's getting a little bit tedious now, the fact that every single day it's the same players over and over again that we're being linked to, and different little snippets come out every day. And yeah, whilst it's great to have an update, which is what I'm providing here, basically an update of all these stories that I've searched and researched, yeah, it's fantastic. I'd love nothing more than to sit here and actually say we have signed X, Y or Z. And I'm hoping this week that we do see some action, because it's getting to the point now where it is getting very boring. Now, one person who should be signing is Gjorgjievski. The Copa America has finished. Brazil went on to win that, so congratulations to them. I see a clip of Gabriel Jesus. He got a red card. I never watched the game, so I don't know what happened, but he was sat there absolutely in bits. He pushed the VAR machine and everything as he walked past it. But he ended up having the last laugh. He ended up being a Copa America winner. So good luck to Brazil, but also good luck to and well done to Gjorgjievski, which means that he should be unveiled as our new technical director this week. Everything that was leading up to this was he's going to be unveiled afterwards. As soon as it's done, he'll be unveiled. So I'm hoping that before we fly out to America, that'll be done and dusted. And hey, who knows? The guy might even meet up with the boys out in America. And listen, it's always nice to have somebody that's been a big impact on the team. Although he wasn't as big as some of the other superstars at the club, he was a very, very good footballer. And if he was as good now as he was then, he'd walk straight into that midfield. He would be our best midfielder by a country mile, because he was that good back in the day. So it's nice to have some ex-Arsenal players in and around the club. Obviously, we've got some in the youth setup and stuff like that. That's cool, with Lundberg and Bold and people like that. Cool. But to have them even higher up and actually have an input on players that you were going to sign, that is always nice, because you know that they've got the club's best interest at heart. And hopefully he is unveiled this week. Hopefully also, let's move on to a couple more players. Kieran Tierney, Again, this is just getting boring now. Every single day it is something slightly different. Another story's come out. Apparently Napoli are trying to get rid of Mario Rui, their left back, and they're making Kieran Tierney their number one target now. And listen, the way I see this story is, I think it is all a load of rubbish. I don't think Napoli want him. I think that these stories are being leaked to basically look like Arsenal are penny pinching, make it look like Celtic are eventually going to take the money and Tierney doesn't want to go. I've said this previously. I won't go over everything again because it is just boring. But I personally can't see Tierney ending up at Napoli. I genuinely do not think that is going to happen. It'll either be a case of he signs for Arsenal or he stays at Celtic. I'd go towards the fact he's going to sign for us because I want him to sign for us. I think that Celtic could be ridiculous to turn down the money that they're asking if we match it or get close to that in terms of negotiating. It'd be their biggest transfer out of the club, and that'd be massive money for Celtic. With no disrespect to them, that'd be 1/5 of their annual income. Excuse me, while I just die. That'd be 1/5 of their annual income inside one transfer deal. So that's massive business for Celtic, and I do think he will end up being an Arsenal player, and hopefully that is before Thursday. Now let's move on to William Saliba, another one. Seriously, this is getting boring as well. William Saliba is now being linked to other clubs. He is being linked to Roma. Now, obviously, they sold Manolas. He went to Napoli from Roma, so they need a centre-back, and apparently Saliba's been in talks with Roma. They contacted him and his people about 3 months ago. So the fact this story's only just come out now, when they've been in talks for about 3 months, suggests that the media don't always get wind of things, and people can keep things under wraps. And it just goes to show as well how long transfers do take, because if they've been speaking to him for 3 months, how have they not got the deal done yet? How has that not been finalised, and how has it not gone through? So it's all well and good Arsenal fans, and I get like it as well. It's all well and good getting impatient and saying, well, just pay the effing money, just do this, do that. Sometimes it ain't as easy as that. You know, his first choice, Saliba, is apparently Arsenal, but he would be open to going to Roma if Arsenal doesn't materialise. Now, the only way this deal is going to happen is if we loan him back to St Etienne, and I believe that's what Roma would do. Although saying that, like I said, they have just got rid of Manolas, so they need a centre-back. Now, maybe that's the sticking point as to why Roma haven't signed him. Maybe that's the sticking point as to why we haven't signed him. We want him now, for now. And the money that they're talking about is just getting ridiculous. Like £30 million for an 18-year-old boy that nobody, no fans of Arsenal or probably Roma had heard about until a few months ago. And we didn't, as Arsenal fans, hear about it until about 6-7 weeks ago. So, you know, it's kind of boring, man. And like, listen, Arsenal are actively trying to get players. I get that. But it's getting to the point now where I just want to see some action. And, you know, like I said, the lads are flying out on Thursday. Emery was back in training with all the boys, or some of the boys. Ozil, Aubameyang, Lacazette, etc. They all looked like they were happy. They all looked like they were, having a good time in training. And that's all well and good. We want to see a happy camp, but I also want to see a little bit of ruthlessness there. And I want to see some of these players getting shipped out of this football club. Because if we're sat here in, 5 weeks' time, 5.5 weeks' time, and Mustafi, Jenkinson, El Neni, Mkhitaryan, Ozil, Jenkinson, all of these players are still here, we're no better than last season. In fact, we're exactly the same, but then added an 18-year-old kid. So we need to put our finger out in the next couple of weeks, especially this week. Yes, you can get players to go and link up with you on pre-season. I want to see, and I'm sure all of you guys want to see, a new signing on that plane with the first team squad and with our manager flying out to America. But I don't know. We shall see what happens. Wilfried Zaha, very quickly, just to finish up on that. Wilfried Zaha apparently has requested to leave the Ivory Coast national team. This is how much rubbish gets written. To fly back to finalise the deal. Well, why does he employ an agent? Can somebody tell me that? So that's probably an absolute load of rubbish that has been made up by the media. He's not leaving the Ivory Coast team, and if he is, then it's probably because they're getting knocked out. So there we go. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments down below. Not really anything more I could say, really. It's been quite slow, and it's not just been slow for us, it's been slow for a lot of teams, but we needed to do work, and we still need to do work, so we need to get some of these deals across the line this week, and hopefully we can do that. But stick a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, share the content around. I'll be back at 5 o'clock tonight doing my live stream, and again at 9, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And until then, have a wonderful Monday. Laters, peeps.